So you have not received the pneuma of slavery or of bondage, but you have received the spirit of hypothesis. Hypothesis.
For example, in Romans 8:15, it says, "For you did not receive the spirit of doulias, leading back to fear, but you have received the spirit of hypothesia, whereby we cry, Abba, Father." In Romans 8:21, we have another example that the creation itself will be set free from its doulias, you see, from its bondage. It'll be set free from the decay into the glorious freedom of the children of God. Galatians 4:24 says, "This may be interpreted allegorically, for these women represent two covenants. One is from Mount Sinai, bearing children to be slaves of Dulian." See, she is Hagar. Galatians 5:1, "For freedom Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, and do not be subject again to the yoke of doulias." The yoke of doulias. Hebrews 2:15, "Who he came and liberated those who throughout life were held in doulias, bondage, and they were subject to this doulias, this fear of death, their entire lifetime." Doulias. And then we have the word palin, that adverb which you have not received again, the spirit again to fear. And that word palin means you have not received the spirit that takes you back again. It doesn't take you back to that time where that happened. It doesn't take you to the place again where you had that panic attack, where you had that paralyzing fear. You have not received palin. You have not received this spirit of not mattering again. Once more, again, it has not happened to you. So I believe this word again is very important. It has to do with going back to a certain place, a certain time, a certain once more. It means you don't need to go there again. It's a spirit in which one is trapped in their memories of the past. They go back again to those memory banks that have been stored away, or at least processed, in the limbic system of the brain, where you have the amygdala and the hippocampus, in which these memories were processed from short-term memory to long-term memory throughout not only your entire brain but through your body. And so therefore then you have what is called the amygdala, which is where the triggers are. It's where the fear is. That spirit of fear is in the amygdala. It's the place of emotion. And in order to receive this pneuma of hypothesia, the spirit of mattering, that now you matter to me, you haven't received this spirit again where you feel like you don't matter, because this time you've received the pneuma of hypothesia, and that's the spirit of adoption. And adoption in and of itself declares you matter. You matter. You matter to me, you matter to us. It's called the adoption constellation, the gathering of people who have come forward as your family. All the way from mom and dad to aunts and uncles to their friends to your own cousins. Hiwathlesia, you've received a spirit now where it is proclaimed, you know what, you matter to us. We care what happens to you. You're not some slave. You're not in bondage where you have to fear that you're not good enough or you only matter if. No, you matter because. You matter because you are mine. You receive the spirit of Hiwathlesia, the spirit of sonship, the spirit that comes upon you and bears witness with your spirit that you are a child of God. You're not going back to that place called Mount Sinai.
So I have received, and this word received here is to take in the mouth. It's like a baby just being born and taking in that first breath. It's like someone who is drowning and comes up for that breath of air. You have about as much choice to receive that first breath as a baby takes that first breath, or a drowning person coming up to receive the breath. You got about as much choice in the matter as that. You have received. You have come up for the breath. You see, the word is pneuma, where we get the word in pneumatic tools, and we get the word in English as pneumonia. So you have received this breath, the pneuma, whereby you now cry, Abba, ho, pater. And this word whole is really, if you look it up here, it's the. So it's krazumen Abba, ho, pater. Father, the Father. Abba, the Father. And this word Abba is not just restricted to daddy. You need to look that up, and not just restricted or limited to the connotation of papa. This also has the connotation of loyalty of a son, loyalty of a son, and can also be used of women. You say, my beloved, the one I love. You are the one I love. Abba, the one I love, the one I adore, you see. Abba, the one I am loyal to, you see. So I cry out, I shriek to the one I am loyal to, my beloved.